Today, we're talking with Syntra, a music producer and DJ from Tulsa, Oklahoma, who loves making EDM and house music. But she's not your everyday DJ either, because she uses some pretty wacky equipment to make her music. She uses an oscilloscope, a tool you're probably used to seeing in an electronics shop. Syntra, say hi to our listeners and tell us more.
Hello. My name is Syntra. My real name is Wendy. And I'm an electronic music producer from Tulsa, Oklahoma. And I specialize in, I say specialize, I primarily make oscilloscope music, but I do all sorts of electronic music, several genres.
That's super cool. What kind of genres do you do?
So I do house music, bass music. I've been getting into something called IDM, which is intelligent dance music. And that's been really, you can hear that in some of my oscilloscope music that I've been making recently, that IDM influence.
So you're using an oscilloscope, but what is an oscilloscope?
So an oscilloscope is a device that you use to measure voltage over time. So they use these devices a lot in electronics for testing voltages and electronics and things like that. But also sound waves create a voltage. So you can measure sound waves over an oscilloscope.
How did you get your hands on one? It seems like a pretty exclusive technical item.
Yeah, no, vintage, yeah, maybe not exclusive, but definitely old. I'm not sure that you can get them like they used to make them anymore. But my dad was big into electronics. He's a big computer guy, has a lot of stuff. I knew he had an oscilloscope when I was growing up. He actually got the one that I have now right before I was born. So this thing is just as old as I am. But yeah, you can find them in antique shops, actually, old tech stores, thrift stores, places like that. So they're really cool.
So you're saying you can make music with an oscilloscope? Can you show that to us?
So I can. So I don't make music with the oscilloscope. I make music with the computer. But what I do is I make images using sound on the computer, and then I run that sound, that frequency through the oscilloscope, and it shows us the picture that the sound is creating.
So I imagine this takes some extra software, other tools. What kind of tools you have to use to plug into this oscilloscope and make this music?
Yeah, so I use, obviously, I have a computer. I use a DAW, which is basically what most people who produce music use to make it. So I use Ableton, and then I use a program called Render. So there's lots of ways that you can make oscilloscope music. One way is through sound design. So I can design a synthesizer patch, right, that makes a circle. Okay. And you can do that with lots of different shapes. You can design a synthesizer to make those shapes. But the other way that you can do it is with this program called Render. And with Render, I'm able to put in an image. So I can use a 3D object file, a GIF, just a picture, anything. It's really versatile. And I can put it in this program, and this program will change that or convert that image into sound. And then what I do is I have an audio interface, and that connects into my computer. So it sends the signal to the interface, and then the interface goes out to my speaker monitors in my studio, and they also go out to my oscilloscope. And so I have two cables, left and a right, X and Y, and they plug into the oscilloscope. Then I run that signal through that, and the oscilloscope shows me the images.
So what if a friend wants to try making oscilloscope music? What kind of equipment do they have to start with? And how much money are they putting down?
So you really only need a computer. The program that I use, Render, it can be used in the DAW or it can be used as a standalone. So you don't even have to be a music producer to kind of play with this and do this type of stuff. You can get the program on your computer, I believe. Hang on. Yeah, so he's actually doing a sale right now, 20% off, but I think it's only like $20 for it normally, 20 or 30. So it's pretty cheap. And that's really all you need just to get started. It can kind of go to the infinite money. I mean, I can add on things that you can need or want for days. So, but that's all you really need to get started, a computer and a program, an oscilloscope emulator.
Syntra's done so much with oscilloscope music. She even made it into her own album, which you can listen to. She wants others to know that oscilloscope music is actually pretty straightforward, and the hardest part is making it fun to listen. Her dream is to someday turn her music into a live show that everyone can enjoy. She sees so much potential in her art form and hopes to make it more traditional so even more people will enjoy it. I can't wait to check it out when she does. Well, there you have it, everyone. I gotta be honest, I had no idea oscilloscope music was even possible. Syntra, thanks for showing us how to make music in such an unexpected way.
Thank you for having me. This was really fun.
So, what did you think of Syntra and her music? Does it make you want to get an oscilloscope and try it yourself? Do us a favor and let us know in the comments if you'd like us to explore more electronic music. Also, don't forget to check out our other episodes of The World as We Know It, where we talk to incredible women doing mind blowing things in history and today. I'm Zack with The World as We Know It, and until next time, peace.